Hello and welcome back to the Broogly channel. I'm your host, Broogly, believe it or not. And in today's video, I want to explain to you level 107 of the Backrooms. That's right, the next level in order is 107. There are many levels in the Backrooms that cause physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological, and every kind of pain possible. But level 107 will shatter your brain into a million pieces, and you'll essentially have nothing left up here after you get done inside the level. So if that sounds cool to you, stick around for the explanation. Without more talking from me, sit back and relax, grab yourself a bucket of popcorn, and let's get into the explanation of this world-ending, reality-breaking level, shall we? Level 107 of the Backrooms is classified as an undetermined difficulty due to its many mysterious properties and a multitude of unknown information and undocumented entities that we really don't know much about. On the same note, the level's true appearance is not 100% known. Like I said, this level takes your brain and it rips it to a million pieces, so it's hard to say how many strange and anomalous effects cause that, but I'm gonna try to get into all the theories about it here in this video. The reason for no information existing seemingly about level 107 is that when something or someone travels to the level, they undergo a severe mental function decrease, meaning that their brain essentially stops working for all intents and purposes while they're in the level. The reason this happens is not understood, since nothing like this has ever been noticed in the history of the Backrooms. We don't know what causes it. It could be some kind of amnesia, it could be some kind of psychological torture that they undergo while they're in there that makes them subdue it in their own memory. We don't know. But again, I'll be getting into what I think happens here and what other people think happens here later on. Even though an official, recognized description of what the level is doesn't exist, there is a main theorized one that most people typically believe in, and I'm going to go ahead and get into that right now, just so you kind of get an idea of what we might be talking about, and so you might get an outline, per se, of how this level rips your brain apart. The level is said to be an expansive warehouse-style complex made of heavily destroyed rooms and hallways. There are large pieces of rubble and building chunks littering the entire floor, as if it's caving in on itself. On that same note, the roof is also collapsing in many spots, causing dangerous scenes for anybody walking through it. But the main danger in this entire area is that whole rooms and hallways have live exposed wires dangling from the rotting ceiling and from the floor. These live wires could electrocute you and shock you with, many volts of electricity, and they can also cause death if you get tangled up inside of them. The doors in this giant warehouse are all hanging off their hinges as well, and the windows are smashed into a million pieces. It's said that there are also electrical boxes and surge protectors that are blown up here as well, constantly sparking and exploding in different parts of the building. All of what I just said makes this seem like a very dangerous place, right? You wouldn't want to even step into the level, because I'm not trying to get electrocuted and I'm not trying to have the ceiling collapse on top of me, right? And the floors are also not much better. There's supposed to be rubble all over them, and there's holes below it that leads to floors beneath. There's also rusty nails and chipped wood and bent metal and other obstacles that have a chance of crushing you to death. The windows here are white and opaque, and nothing can be seen outside of them. However, when you get close to those white windows, you might hear a static noise that is emitted from them. And this static noise kind of resembles TV static, but it gets very, very loud the second you get close to it. This noise, in combination with the electrical damage and the electrical noise and the other oddities here, might be what causes the amnesia effect on people's brains, and that's why they don't remember anything. My theory personally is that they come here to this level and they fall victim to that static noise driving them insane and inducing paranoia, so they get really scared, and then they might get electrocuted with high voltage from the dangling wires, or they might get hit on the head with falling rubble. All of these things might cause amnesia. But like I said, there is no one perfect description of the level. My thing is just a theory. The description I just read to you is a theory. We don't really know. Another thing that we really don't know is the entity count that this level has, because it's pretty debated. Some people say that there's probably no entities here, because if there was, then people would have remembered seeing them. Others say that they've been there and it's crawling with entities, like wretches and skin stealers and tile traps and things like that. But one thing that most people that have come here can agree on is that they all recall hearing strange screaming noises emitting from above them while they're walking through the level. They might not remember anything else about anything, but they recall that screaming noise coming from the vents above. It's unknown if anybody's actually screaming for help or if it's kind of the level playing tricks. We just don't know. Another group of people say that the only entity here is the level itself, and it's some sort of gigantic creature that just wants to eat people. I don't think that's true, but maybe it is. I don't know. The leading theory on what this level is, though, is that it's some kind of pocket dimension that's only accessible by entering the physical space of level 107. And that somehow this pocket dimension is a null zone or something like that that blocks out people's ability to recall what they're seeing. Like the people that go there's eyes can take in what they're seeing at the time, but it doesn't log that as a memory in their brain, which essentially rips the memory glands from their brain. But whatever the case is, whether it's a destroyed building infested with live broken wires, whether it's some sort of alien pocket dimension, whether it's a torture chamber for a Backrooms deity, level 107 will shatter your brain into a million pieces if you get sent there, and after you come back, you won't be the same person after going to it. This level's page is very short, it's like 2 paragraphs long, so I tried to explain all the lore I could, and the last thing I need to explain to you is how to avoid that horrible fate of getting your brain put into a blender, and for that, you need to know how to enter and how to exit. To enter, you have to find a specific door over on level 106. That's all I have, that's all it says. And to exit, some say that you have to dodge the wires that are hanging down and electrocuting people, and then eventually find a hole in the ceiling that you can climb up through. Once you do that, you need to put a chair there and climb up, and then you'll crawl through the ceiling and you'll be sent to a multitude of different levels. That's if the level even exists. We don't have any actual data or photographic evidence of it at all, it's just hearsay, but we assume it does. Maybe. This is one of those levels that represents the strangeness of the Backrooms. A lot of the things here are not confirmed, they're not even real per se, but the threat and the danger of it is still there. Just the story and the idea of a place like this that essentially takes away your ability to remember things just by you going there, and you don't even recall the horrors that you went through inside of the level. That's pretty terrifying in and of itself, and the concept doesn't even need to be fleshed out. That's horrifying as it is, and I'm glad the level's written like that. This is a super OG level. I think I talked about it a long time ago, like 4 years ago, but I wanted to give it a proper whole video here, and since it's Brutally Summer Spectacular, I figured I'd go ahead and do that. But with all that said, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. It's the best way to support me. While you're down there leaving a like, see what I did there. Check out all my other stuff. It's all over there in the description. You know where it's at. Yeah, I post on Instagram. I post on my other channel, Spoogly, and I'm starting to post on Toogly again. There's so much coming to this channel, Broogly, Spoogly, Toogly. It's all about to be crazy. I've been going wild here on Broogly, crazy on Spoogly, and I'm going to start my travel vlog series over there on Toogly, so just tap into that when you're ready. Make sure to tell somebody you love them, because life is too short not to. I love and appreciate each and every one of you all as well. With all that said, have a fantastic day, enjoy your summer, and I will see you in the next installments of the Broogly Summer Spectacular. Bye!